170 days without a contract, the Teachers Association of Washington Local Schools and the Washington Local School District, they've reached a tentative agreement, but are they closer to a deal? Plus, Bowling Green Fire and Police want its buildings updated, but how bad are facilities? We'll take you inside. Thanks for joining us here on WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Marentet. Let's get to your top stories for this Wednesday night. The Teachers Association of Washington Local Schools has been working without a new contract for nearly 6 months, and there have been talks in recent weeks about a potential strike. The union has spent 170 days negotiating a contract, and while this announcement doesn't end the talks officially, a union spokesperson believes it's promising. Jeff Christoffers with the Teachers Association for Washington Local Schools says the two sides met on Monday afternoon to talk about the latest proposal. After an hour-long discussion, the two sides agreed to a tentative deal. Now teachers will get this week and the holiday break to make up their minds and decide what they want to do come January.
And we have to recognize that the board is reasonable and that the board does understand these things are important, and that, they're making it apparent that, we as educators are important to them, that the students are important to them. And that's something we have to recognize. If I'm going to get on them, and I did, and you've heard me get on them, then I also have to give them a good faith gesture in return when they make the right decision, and they did here.
Christopher says if a majority does not say yes, then the fact-finding talks will be back on the table. However, he is confident the union will approve. Building plans are on pause for a controversial Sheetz gas station in South Toledo. City Council just voted on the Sheetz coming to the area this afternoon. It was a tie vote, causing it to fail. Last week, the proposal was rejected by the zoning committee due to concerns from neighbors in the area. Crumbling bricks and outdated appliances, just a few reasons why Bowling Green Fire and Police Department officials are asking for building upgrades. Megan Hartnett has this story.
A lot has changed since 1984 for the Bowling Green Police Department. There was no internet, no DNA testing, no license plate readers. Plus,
our calls for service have basically doubled since then. We have more police officers, we have more dispatchers. We do have a 911 center.
In 1984, when the building was renovated, the department was averaging 14,000 calls. The department that is now handling close to 30,000 calls annually is housed in a building originally constructed in 1897. BGPD showed me how bricks are crumbling from the inside.
The boiler system is over 40 years old. You can't find parts for it anymore. It's extremely inefficient. The windows are inefficient.
Lieutenant Adam Skaggs says running certain cables can pose a problem, and evidence storage has been piecemealed into different rooms. The goal is to keep the historic building, just make renovations to improve operations.
We honor the past, but we want to look forward to the future.
Just a few blocks over, the Court Street Fire Station is seeing similar problems.
It was built over a quarry, which was then turned into a landfill, so that much of the station's sinking. There's some binding doors, lots of cracks.
After meeting with a design firm, it was recommended to decommission the station and replace it with a station more north and a second one to the southeast. The fire division is seeing more calls per year. Deputy Chief Tony Marsley says crews responded to around 3,600 calls in 2023 and is on track to receive 3,800 calls this year. But response time to these calls are not as fast as he wants. The map shows current response times, with green being under 4 minutes, the yellow, orange, and red being 5, 6, and 7 minutes. Zamarsley says with 3 stations, it's projected more of the city would be in the 4-minute response time areas.
Our number one goal is to improve those response times, obviously. But we also want to make it a safe place for our firefighters as well.
That was Megan Hartnett reporting for us tonight. We have crash data to tell you about from this year. According to ODOT, drivers 65 and older made up 23% of Ohio's traffic deaths in just the last 3 years. An occupational therapist with ProMedica says these deaths and injuries are preventable through education. She recommends people 65 and up to get a physical evaluation once a year. Be on the lookout for vision changes, range of motion issues, and balance problems. A bill aimed at protecting victims of stalking is heading to the governor's desk. Senate Bill 100 closes a loophole by making it illegal to place a tracking device or app on someone else's property without their consent. Supporters say this is a game changer for law enforcement and could save lives. Right now, stalking laws require providing a pattern of behavior. Under the bill, simply placing a tracker without permission becomes a first-degree misdemeanor and could lead to 6 months in jail.
We have stalking law right now, but you have to show a pattern of behavior. And so with this bill, and once this is in our code, your first offense is breaking the law.
That first offense would be a first-degree misdemeanor and the 6 months in jail as a maximum. Advocates say the bill would also make it easier for police to make arrests and prosecutors to prosecute. The Ohio Casino Control Commission has approved for mobile driver's licenses to be accepted to ID people. This will allow Ohioans and out-of-state visitors with a mobile driver's license, including Ohio Mobile ID, to get into a casino. Just earlier this year, Ohio driver's licenses and state IDs were made available for people to add to their Apple Wallet. Hollywood Casino Toledo will be one of the locations accepting mobile licenses. There's a newer grant program in Michigan that aims to support small businesses and grow downtown areas. Dominique O'Neill has a story tonight.
The lower portion of this rack of spare ribs.
That's Michael Caudell. He's the pitmaster and owner of Sunset Ridge Barbecue. He says this grant through the Match on Main program means so much for his business.
Having that grant money to help overcome the initial debt of equipment and advertising and furniture and uniforms and such was extremely valuable for us.
The business started out in 2018 as a food truck and since 2023 has expanded to a physical location in Tecumseh.
We poured a very nice patio in the back of our takeout, and we bought lots of furniture for that spot. We bought refrigeration units.
The Match on Main program is run by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. The goal is to award grants to small businesses looking to launch or grow on a main street. The program manager for the Michigan Economic Development Corporation says it's important to invest in Michigan's small towns and says these grants make the economy resilient and strong.
196 businesses. We've received well over 500 applications. We've awarded $4.5 million since 2019.
It's the tremendous impact and partnership we have with local communities across the state that make that successful.
Sunset Ridge Barbecue offers a variety of handmade barbecue, and everything is made from scratch, including side dishes and desserts. Caudell says this grant was a big boost for his business, and he looks forward to the future.
So having that to overcome the initial debt of buying everything and starting rehabbing this building from a bakery to what it needed to meet our needs was huge.
That was Dominique O'Neill reporting for us tonight. Well, another Sheetz store has opened today, making it the third Sheetz in the Toledo area. The store is located off of Deschler Road in North Baltimore, where grand opening festivities started this morning. In honor of this grand opening, Sheetz will donate $2,500 to both the Toledo Northwestern Ohio Food Bank and Special Olympics of Ohio. Is your Christmas tree starting to look like it's lost its holiday spirit? Our National Verified team shares some tips to keep your tree looking its best.
One Verified viewer asked us by text if there's anything they can do to keep their tree fresh. So let's verify. Does adding something to the water keep your tree fresh longer? Our sources are the National Christmas Tree Association and Kathy Crawley, an assistant professor of plant biology at Unity College, who explains the trick to keeping a tree fresh starts with making sure you buy a fresh tree to begin with.
And then when you get it home, make sure you cut off the base of the trunk, just a narrow disc, maybe half an inch, to make sure that the base of the trunk is open and that water will be able to enter the tree.
Okay, but what happens once your tree is set up and decorated? The NCTA says to ensure water is always touching the base. While some websites swear by adding something extra like sugar, soda, and even vodka, Crawley says that can actually do more harm than good.
It conceivably could stop the tree from taking up as much water as it needs if you add a lot of sugar to the water. Truly, all the tree needs is basic fresh water.
So It's false that adding something to the water helps keep your tree fresh longer. Crawley says the goal of the water is to help keep the tree hydrated and delay the branches from quickly becoming brown, dry, and brittle, a potential fire hazard. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Now, with Christmas only a week away, you might be wondering, what should you do with your tree after Christmas? Monroe County is offering free tree recycling for people in the area. The Monroe County Health Department says tree recycling will be available at several collection sites across the county from December 26th through January 12th. Here are some of the locations: Carr Park and Temperance, Berlin Carter, Ida Township, and Monroe Carter Township Halls. Toledo Firefighters Union Local 92 made a generous holiday donation today. A $7,000 check was presented to the Martin Luther King Kitchen for the Poor. The kitchen has been providing meals to those facing hunger in central Toledo since 1969. A union member donated some money and colleagues matched the rest.
We donate to MLK Kitchen every year around this time. Usually it's a lot smaller, so this is a great opportunity for us to give back to the community.
And we just appreciate those guys so much. They've supported us for a number of years.
The kitchen is having a Christmas party on December 23rd. That's Monday. Santa Claus will be making an appearance with presents for each kid who's accompanied by an adult. Lunch will be from noon until 1:30. You can visit our website, WTOL.com, for more information on how to support the kitchen. Toledo City Council took a moment today to honor someone who's been capturing the stories of the community for more than 4 decades. WTOL 11's longtime award-winning chief photographer Paul Kwapik is retiring this month after an incredible 42 years with us. Paul has documented countless moments in Toledo history.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of Toledo that we recognize the legacy of dedication, passion, and integrity that Paul Kwapik has provided to our local news media, and we salute his accomplishments on the occasion of his retirement after 42 years of service with WTOL 11.
Paul was totally surprised he got the proclamation. City Council wanted to thank him for his incredible work and dedication. He'll be retiring at the end of the year. Thanks, Paul. Chris?
Congratulations, Paul. Well deserved, and we will miss you here. For our Friday, we're looking at light snow that's going to be back into the area. Highs are going to be in the low to mid 30s, and snow for many areas. It is going to be a sticking type of snow, around an inch, but there will be some spots west of Toledo and up across southern Michigan. Heads up to this, you could get closer to about 2 inches of total snow, so some snow will be coming down by the end of the week. For Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be a typical December-looking day, mainly cloudy conditions, peaks of sunshine that will be developing. Light snow on Friday. We're going to keep you even right around 34 degrees. Then into the weekend, Saturday is the winter solstice, and we're looking at bitter cold weather back into the 20s as we get to Saturday. Now, much of the wet weather that we did have, at least a few showers or a couple flurries, now tapering off. Any sprinkles that will be with us this evening, still yet to fully taper off, will be out of the picture as we go overnight tonight. Right around the mid to upper 30s as we dive deeper into our Wednesday evening, and our next system that comes into the area will be arriving very late Thursday night. This will be near or after about 11 o'clock and into Friday morning. And here's the timing on that one. By 4 p.m. on Thursday, this Clipper system going to be moving just west of Chicago. It will be spreading snow into Chicago over toward Lake Michigan. We're still dry here in northwest Ohio and southern Michigan, but that snow chance will make its way into the area Thursday night into Friday morning, spreading light snow and accumulating snow to the area. For most, it's around an inch of an accumulation. Could get a few isolated spots up to about 2 inches of snow. What will follow, and this is a certain aspect of that system, is the frigid cold chill that is going to drop us well back into the 20s. Now, you may be thinking, is this a chance for a white Christmas? Yeah, hold your horses on that one. About a 5% chance, because we see a warming trend that will take